Hello everybody and welcome to this week's Markets to Watch from Smack the Markets for the 1st of June. So as the week starts off this week, we've got increasing tensions between the US and China. We're just hearing that China have decided to halt some soybean imports, impacting on the trade deal with the US. So that's not likely to help things going forward. The main sort of issues at the moment seem to be around the Hong Kong situation, and certainly the riots in the US are not helping that. In other news, the EU and UK trade negotiation team are not seemingly sort of making the progress that one might expect at this moment in time. So it's worthwhile sort of keeping an ear out for any sort of progress reports and sort of commentary on that as well. Otherwise, let's take a look at the few markets here and take a look at some of the opportunities that we're looking at going into the beginning of the week. So if we take a look at the Dow first of all, and if we have a look at this on the daily time frame first, you can see that we've got a very reasonable trend structure here on the market on the daily time frame, and there's this level up here around 25,500 that the market's just tested. Now, above that, we've got another structure level up here around 26,000. Above that is 26,600 and then 27,000. So on these time frames, the structure of the trend is looking very, very reasonable. If we come out to the 4-hour time frame, though, you can see the couple of levels really here are the sort of most pertinent ones. 25,500, which the market has retested this morning, 25,000, which is the quite an important level for this market, but it's also the recent low within the context of this trend as well across many time frames. So as long as the market stays, well, if the market breaks above 25,500, then we could be looking for next moves to the long side on this. That 26,000 being tested in the near term. If 25,500 gets taken out, then we could be looking for a deeper retracement in this market, and we'll certainly be looking for more weakness there. Now, if we come out and take a look at some of the commodities here, our favorite commodity has been silver of recently, and again, silver, if you recall from last week's newsletter, we were looking for 1850 here to be tested as the market took out the 1760 level. Now, the market's now got there. In fact, it's gone past there in early trade this week, and it's retested this higher level here at 18,950. So we have a level at 18,950 and then 19,200 on this market, and above that, well, we're getting into some free space then and getting past all of this potential support and resistance. So we're still liking silver to the long side. It's had a very good run, is looking a bit sort of stretched as well at the moment. So if we just come back and take a look at this on the 4-hour time frame, I think if we see sort of retracements back into this 1850 level, brings it back into obviously a nice strong support and resistance level that we know about. It's also close to the moving average geometry zone here. So it's certainly an area where if we did get that retracement, we'd be looking for long positions to participate in the rest of this trend. Still like this market long. Obviously, we've got to navigate through those two potential resistance levels just above price in order to for this long trend to continue. Otherwise, if we come to the Forex markets, now the dollar is looking particularly weak these days. It's sort of moved down to that 98 level, and is just sort of pushing through, starting to try and push through that 98 level. So if the dollar gets past 98 to the short side, then a couple of markets here that we favor for opportunities to short the dollar. One is dollar CAD and the other is dollar Sing. Now, dollar CAD, you'll remember last week we had some trades on this as the market sort of took out this level. We're now sort of flat on that, so we've closed out for profits on that trade. The market now sort of continuing to look weak. We still like this down to around the sort of 136 area to 134. Still some decent sized trading windows to the short side here. So again, still happy to look at opportunities shorting the dollar CAD. Again, remember that this is a dollar weakness play, so we've got to see the continued weakness in the US dollar. If we come to the dollar Sing, very similar structure to dollar CAD. You can see here that this market's taken out the 140 level. Again, looking sort of very weak here on the macro picture. So dollar Sing has got a move down here to potentially a trading window down to around that 139 level. So again, looking at these markets to the short side once the dollar sort of moves past that 98 price point. So there's a few markets there that we're keeping a very close eye on in the trading room going into the beginning of this week. I certainly hope it helps and look forward to speaking to you next time. Bye for now.